Hi, this is Seth with Rubino, showing you the particle size analysis using hydrometer. You're going to want to get all of your instruments first. You want your sample, you want your mixing cup and your mixer, you want alcohol to get rid of the bubbles, you want distilled water including a squeeze bottle, you'll want a 1,000 milliliter graduated cylinder along with a stopper. You will want your hydrometer and clean water inside of another cylinder. And you'll want a thermometer that is able to read in Celsius to the 10th place and a timer with a seconds option on it. The first thing we'll do is we'll take our slurry and we'll pour it into the mixing cup. And you're going to take your squeeze bottle, distilled water, and you're going to just get all of that in there. Make sure there's nothing left behind. The reason why that took a little bit longer is because I actually forgot to shake it before I tried to pour it in. So I had to try to get all the clay off the bottom using this bottle, which is not an easy task. So remember to shake it. Clean off the lid here too. And then if you want to come and see, I filled it up to about halfway. That's a little bit over, but that should be okay. You don't want to fill it too much because then otherwise it can come over the top when you're mixing it. You don't want to fill it too little, otherwise this won't reach. And then you're going to look at the black arrow right on the mixing cup, and you're going to match it up with this black arrow here. And what you want to do is you want to get this underneath this lip here and lift it up as you're putting the cup into place. And make sure that it's sitting on this pointed edge here and not this flat edge here. I'll try to do that the best I can. And you're going to want to do this for about a minute. And so that's kind of important as well, is to kind of take it off the same way you put it on, or I guess in the reverse order. Just make sure you're lifting up and then pulling out. Otherwise you may have the actual mixing blades hit the side of the cup, which is not a nice sound. And then make sure you're cleaning off the actual mixing part of it, just to make sure you're getting all the sediment. Next, you'll be taking your cylinder, 1,000 liter cylinder, or milliliter cylinder, and you're going to transfer the slurry into it. just like with the jar. I'm gonna try to get all of the sample in there. Remember that this is distilled water. Look inside. A little bit more that I can get. That looks pretty good. So then you're going to want to fill it to right about underneath the 1,000 milliliter mark with distilled water. And this is where the bubbles can come from, and that's what the alcohol is for. Just going to leave about that much. Now we're going to transfer it over to the other table for the measuring. So the next thing you want to do is get your stopper for your cylinder, place it securely on your cylinder, and then using the seconds function of the timer, we're going to wait until it has double zeros, but you're going to want to turn it end over end for a minute. And now you'll want to turn it end over end for a minute, making sure to agitate it thoroughly. And in the Geo Lab, every day is Arms Day, so prepare for workout every time you do this. And now I'm going to just rinse off a bit of the sediment on the stopper. And around the cylinder so that we can actually read it when we take the hydrometer. And it is right there at 1,000 milliliters. And you're going to want to wait until about 30 seconds or so before the time when you actually have to take the first reading, so that you have time to watch the hydrometer settle. But until then, you can work on the rest of your times. Place it in carefully. It is very fragile. And you're going to want to look right at the top of the meniscus. So I'm seeing right about 48, 47. put down an actual hydrometer reading column. And then when you clean this, you're going to want to twirl it. And remember that you're using distilled water to clean it. And the next thing is using your thermometer. You're going to take the temperature in Celsius. Looks like it's sitting there at 20.7. And you're going to want to repeat that for each time afterwards. The numbers on here are in minutes, so you'll have to do a bit of math to figure out at what time you should take it all out. This is your hydrometer form. This is where you take your hydrometer readings right here in this column, your temperature readings in this column. This right here shows the amount of minutes that you're going to want to wait before the next reading. So you have 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 4 hours and 10 minutes, and 24 hours. And this is where you write your time that you're going to be taking the next reading.